Joining us now, one of the top tight ends in this year's draft class. He hails from Notre Dame, where he set the career record in only 3 seasons with 160 receptions. He is Michael Mayer. Michael, welcome. How are you, pal?
Thank you. I'm good. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's great to see you. Great to have you. I'm a big Old Spice guy. Everything I have in the house, Old Spice. I got plenty of Old Spice t-shirts. I keep trying to get an Old Spice hoodie. Maybe you can hook me up one of these days with an Old Spice hoodie. Apparently, you know how to go about getting one.
I could hook you up for sure. No doubt about it.
All right, good deal. Well, you're going to get hooked up tomorrow night with the draft. Before we get to that, though, I'm fascinated about this whole Notre Dame tight end university reality. How much of their history with tight ends is what attracted you there in the first place?
I think it was one of the main things. Honestly, I think just being able to watch tight ends in the league that, have done their thing and have, set records over the years. Kyle Rudolph, Tyler Eifert, those type of guys, they're playing in the NFL 9, 10, 11 years. That's something I want to do. You look at other schools, maybe they got tight ends playing 3, 4, or 5 years. And I think that's kind of the legacy that we've kind of shown at Notre Dame is going into the league and playing for a good amount of years in the league. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to go there. I knew I wanted to play as a freshman. I got that opportunity right away, and I got to start for 3 years. And so I'm forever, grateful for the University of Notre Dame for what they've given me and what they've, the opportunities that they've done for me.
Michael, take me through the thought process when you still have another year at Notre Dame. You could come back. It's a great school, great place, great tradition. What do you weigh in that decision-making process?
I think it takes me back to the reason I went to Notre Dame in the first place. The reason I went there in the first place was to get to the NFL. That was my dream. I did want to play in the National Football League. And so when I finished my third year there, I talked to my agents, I talked to my family, and it's the right decision. I've done everything for Notre Dame that I've came here to do. I've set records. I've played good ball. I've won ball games. And so now it's time, for the next step. I did what I need to do. This is why I came here, and now I have the opportunity to, go to the next level. And that's what I'm doing, and I'm blessed for it. I'm grateful for it. And, Notre Dame helped me get to where I am.
We're one day away from finding out where you'll be starting at the next level. Give me one word, if you can, to best describe how you're feeling right now.
I'd say I'm happy. I'm happy. The reason I say that is because this has been a very long process. I've been thinking about this for a while. I'm going to be happy to find my new home. Going to be happy to start playing some football again. Going to be happy to, move to wherever I need to move to and meet the quarterback and meet the head coach and things like that. So I'm ecstatic for it.
Where will you be tomorrow night?
I'll be home. I'll be home. I got my family and friends coming over. I'm in Kansas City right now on behalf of Old Spice Swagger. And so I'm excited to go home tonight. I'm going to get set up and have some people over, and we're going to enjoy it. We're going to celebrate it, and then off to wherever on Friday.
When, as you're watching the picks come in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what's the number where you start checking your phone a little more closely? Tell everybody, hold on now, let's be quiet. I'm going to lean forward and just wait for whatever comes next. When does that window open for you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be checking it the whole day, the whole night. I mean, think these drafts, you never really know. I want to be, 10th. I want to be 15th. I want to be 20th. It doesn't matter to me. It's whoever wants me, whoever's going to draft me. That's what I want to play for the most. I want to win football games, and I want to have an excellent quarterback that I can pair up with and play and just have fun with the game of football. That's what this is all about, right? Having fun and winning football games. So I'll be sitting by my phone. I'll be ready. I'll be waiting for that call.
How much do you pay attention, Michael, to all the information that's out there, the speculation, the betting lines about which tight end is going to go first? Is it you? Is it Dalton Kincaid from Utah? How much do you watch and try to glean any information from that?
I think in January and February, I was peeking at it a little bit, just a little bit interested. And since Combine and Pro Day, I really haven't paid any attention to it. I try to keep my head down. I try to work. I try to grind. And whatever happens, happens. So me looking at that stuff, it's not going to help me at all. It's not going to help my family at all. So I'm trying to stay away from it all. And thankfully, you only got a day left to stay away from it. So.
And if I read correctly, when you were back in high school, the objective was to get a basketball scholarship to college. When did the pivot happen from basketball to football, and why?
My freshman year to my sophomore year. That's when it kind of happened. I wasn't even going to play football going into high school. So I had the freshman coach called me up. My dad called me up, and the coach just said, like, go play football for 2 weeks. If you don't like it, you don't have to play. I went out there. I was playing middle linebacker and tight end, and I fell in love with it. I loved it so much. And I think, the transition started to happen. I got a little bit bigger. I stopped growing. I stopped at about 6'4.5", 6'5", and I got a little bit bigger, gained 20, 30 pounds. I was lifting a lot. I was eating a lot of protein, and that's kind of what I was focused on. And my football career kind of took off from there. I started getting offers. I started taking visits. And so, I was like, why wouldn't I pursue this? This is a dream, D1 football, especially playing at the University of Notre Dame. Are you serious? And I visited there, and I knew I had to go there right away.
I'm always fascinated by those origin stories because it's always a kid who's just being a kid and discovering who he is and how he fits into the world. Was there a moment for you where it was like a lightning strike where you thought, wow, this really is my future, not just college. This is my future beyond college?
I think it would probably be my freshman year at the University of Notre Dame. I went in there, and obviously my objective was to play right away. And I think by the third or fourth game I was starting, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play football. That's the reason I went there. And I think another reason I went there is to get to the NFL. That's what I wanted to do. That's why I went there. It's almost like a little bit of a stepping stone to get to the league. And, I had a great 3 years there, and I'm excited and I'm blessed for everything they did for me. And I'm ready to take it to the next level.
Chris Carter, one of the best receivers in NFL history, was a basketball player. And I don't know that he ever explained it directly this way, but I always had the impression that for him, it was basically trying to go get a rebound. And I feel like that's how you play too. The ball's in the air. It's like the ball coming off the rim. You're just going to box out and you're going to get the ball. Is that kind of how you play the position?
I think that's a good way to describe it. When I was playing high school ball, I was like a 10 and 10 type of guy. Double type of guy. I was just getting rebounds off the board, playing good defense. And I think in the football world of what I'm doing, I can make a lot of good contested catches, and I think that's definitely helped me out. It's helped me out with my feet. It's helped me out with my quickness, being a bigger guy. And I think basketball has helped me out tremendously.
What's item number one on Michael Mayer's list of areas where he believes he needs to improve in order to be the best NFL tight end he can be?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of my blocking technique I need to improve on. That's something I really, really took upon myself this past season of working on my blocking technique. I think it got tremendously better, hands inside, things like that. And so it's just going to keep getting better and better. I'm going to have vets that are going to help me out when I get to the league. I'm going to have coaches, and it's just going to get better and better. And I'm just going to keep working on it. And, whatever happens, happens.
Give me one game from your college career that you would want people to look at in order to get the best possible snapshot of what Michael Mayer is as a player.
This past year, we played at Vegas. We played at the Raiders Stadium, and we played BYU. And I played a pretty well game, and we had a really fun time. We won by, I think, 25 or 20 points. I would say that's the game that people need to watch. I had a great game receiving then. I did some good things in the blocking game. And I had a lot of fun. And once you see me out there having fun and doing what I need to do, that's kind of all you need to see.
Who's been your NFL tight end role model?
Well, I think I went to tight end U last year in the summer. And I think the first person that comes to mind through that is George Kittle. He kind of took me upon himself to kind of, teach me some things. I learned a lot from him. I learned a lot from Travis Kelce, who was there. And so I would have to say George Kittle. I love what he does on the football field, and I love the type of person he is off the football field too. And that's kind of who I aspire to be. And he's a great guy. I know him, and I can't wait to kind of be in the NFL with him too.
Well, now that makes me wonder at what point we're going to see Michael Mayer showing up at WWE events, jumping over the railing and maybe knocking someone on their ass. Is that something that we should be keeping an eye on?
Yeah, I would say the difference between me and him is he's probably got a little bit bigger of a personality than I do. He likes doing some of that stuff. I mean, not saying, not ruling it out totally right now, but he's a big time personality guy. And, sometimes I feel like I'm just, playing football, hanging with family and friends, and that's about it. But who knows? My lifestyle might change when I get into the NFL. I might meet some new people. That'll show me some new things. I don't know. What
team, Michael, did you grow up rooting for?
I grew up like 10 minutes south of Cincinnati. So Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow, and they could use a tight end.
Yep.
It's too bad they draft so low.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look, I've been saying I would love to play for the Bengals. Obviously, it'd be awesome. It's my hometown team. But at the same time, it's not like that's the only team I want to play for. There's plenty of NFL teams and good quarterbacks out there, too, that I'm excited to play for if they do draft me.
Your answer kind of took me there. I'm one of the only guys in the media that doesn't like the draft because I think that you should be able to choose where you go next, just like you chose to go to Notre Dame. You chose to leave. There's no power. You've got no say. You just have to submit. How do you process that? You're a smart guy. You're a driven guy. You're goal-oriented. How do you submit to this process where you have no control whatsoever over what happens tomorrow night?
I think it's just something you accept, and I think it's something that you say, all right, what is everything that I can do to help me in this process? Everything I can do, did I do it? Did I do it the right way? And if I have, then everything else is going to work out. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If there's something out of my control, I'm not going to worry about it. But let's control the controllables before I start worrying about the uncontrollables.
Go ahead and give me your best Old Spice swagger pitch before I let you go.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I'm pretty excited about is going to be smelling good around my family and friends on Thursday. They're Old Spice swagger. It's 24/7 freshness all the time, all day long. And it's going to give me a lot of confidence on Thursday. It's going to give me a lot of confidence, going into my rookie season and, playing football and smelling good throughout my whole rookie season. So.
Well, it's awesome and it's great stuff and we've enjoyed it. One last thing though, most important question. I almost forgot. During your time at Notre Dame, when Brian Kelly was there, how many times did you actually hear him with a Cajun accent in the locker room?
0.
Just checking. Just
0.
That's sure. Just checking. You never know when it's going to pop out for someone. Michael, hey, congratulations, buddy. It's awesome to see what you've done. It's fun to watch you play. If you've watched our show at all, ever since we started showing some highlights, I'm just fascinated by your ability to go get the ball in traffic. It's fun to watch. Classic tight end kind of skill set. And all the best as you start your next chapter in your journey.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.